Look around the atmosphere. It's hidden, but it's seen. Every single molecule is a quantum-linked machine. Brian Cox's clock faces are turning in the air. A billion paths of probability are pulsing everywhere. In advanced quantum mechanics, physicists use mathematical arrows like tiny clock faces to map out the probability waves of a particle, to find exactly where a subatomic particle will manifest. An observer has to infer and calculate every single possible pathway at once. That is how the human brain gets entirely exhausted. We are constantly trying to figure out the direction of our lives, the direction of the future, the direction of the universe. But God has no direction, because He is every single direction simultaneously. He is the entire field. When you look into the empty space of the room you are sitting in, you aren't looking at a void. Every single air molecule position in the atmosphere around us is an interconnected, quantum entangled web. They are communicating with each other instantaneously, completely ignoring the illusions of distance and time. This means the veil or the sheet separating our human awareness from the higher dimensions isn't a dead, static wall. It is a living, breathing skin. It is alive, and we are constantly exchanging information with it. Through our eyes connecting to the quantum particles, a continuous living chain reaction is formed. The particles are connected through the air. The air is constantly touching a physical surface, and the dynamic density of that air moving around an object is what stabilizes its shape, its matter, and its solid presence in this dimension. The skin of this reality is breathing and alive. It's the density of matter helping spirits to survive. The particles connect the air conforms the space, and pressure hits the surface just to give a form, a face. Everything is totally interwoven. Think about the cars moving down the street outside your window right now. The physical movement of those vehicles vibrates the atmosphere, sending waves rippling through the air molecules until they physically strike your eardrums as sound. Inside those cars are individual human beings living their own intricate journeys, their own genetics, and their own deep lifelines. The airflow around their vehicles intersects with the thermal energy leaving your skin, while the sweat from your pores and the sudden, silent spark of your intuition are dropping fresh data directly back into the grid. Your thoughts are dynamically connected to the skies, the earth, and the collective mind of the whole cosmos. This is why we can never capture or define God with a standard human vocabulary. Language is a 3D tool designed to slice reality into separate, isolated, labeled pieces. But God is the unsliced whole. When you experience the profound, overwhelming internal peace where all words suddenly fail, you aren't experiencing a lack of intelligence. You are experiencing an absolute density of connection. Your analytical mind has fallen completely silent, which means the active observer inside you has finally stopped forcing the fluid wave of universal potential to turn into a rigid, heavy stone. You are allowing the code to just exist. You can talk about it, but you cannot share it, because infinity cannot be squeezed through the plastic straw of human speech. It is hidden, but it is always, always seen. God doesn't have a compass, He doesn't have a trace, because you cannot point a finger to an all-consuming place. He's every single angle, every pathway, every zone, the breathing skin of everything that's written into stone. You can observe the past when you look up toward a star, but the future and the present are exactly where you are. So drop the heavy definitions, let the matrix shine. You are the code awake inside the body of divine. You are the code awake inside the body of divine.